Good morning, actually, not afternoon. My bad. And I don't got my charger, so I got an hour and a half on my computer. That's not gonna last long. So I did some fun yesterday. I did a want, not a need. Meet my want. Not a need. 'Cause I could have kept hand mixing. It's a Drew Barrymore mixer. Yeah, they have KitchenAid, they have the other things I thought about, possibly Amazon. However, I like my flowers. I would have liked to go more cost efficient for myself. I'm not mad. I even talked to my mom about it. She's like, not a bad price. Walmart, I think 125. I did not get the warranty because knowing me, I'll either try to learn how to fix it, and or I'm gonna do my best not to damage it. So it comes with the mixer bowl. It comes with the duck heater. I swore I cleaned the sucker right, but clearly not. I got flowers still in it. Um, it has the shield. I also put my phone on silent for that. As you can see, up and down. And not read myself down. Gotta press it to get up as well. And then I'm not going crazy. I have it plugged in. Did I burn out my power over here? Nope, nope, nope. Oh, it's smart. It won't turn on without it. Okay, I just learned something. Technology. So I already made some bread yesterday, but because why not? Life make easy. I made garlic knots, garlic bread. I made some sweet bread, but I don't think I made it sweet enough from what I've made by hands. Basically, just playing around with my measurements. Um, oh, that's why I put them over here. It also came with the whisk. Honest to goodness, me having to look like I'm not there yet. I'm not at that level. Comes the little pamphlet. So let me actually tell you the proper name for it because I'm not yet there. So number 10 is this beater, and then this is, yep, balloon whisk. And then my best friend, dough hook. So I don't have to, doesn't take long either. So my hands don't have to die. Um, so I want to make some raisin bread because I want a munchy munchy. The sweet bread is for my sons. The garlic bread is also for my sons. We'll see whether or not my youngest eats the garlic bread or not. Um, hope so, as well as regular bread. I'm going to start really doing a lot of things at home from scratch. Like I said, from last year, work in progress. We're here now, a whole year later. We got some supplies, getting more funds in my account. So, I'll do it like these. I think I'm gonna take off the shield today because I really didn't need it, but it was a good way of keeping it warm in here when I was doing it. But it was really difficult for me to add in my ingredients into the spout the way I was adding it. It's hard to figure that out because I actually like because your dough has to get warm, and this shield actually helps it to stay warm. But I made a big mess yesterday on the counter, and I clearly only cleaned one side of this machine because the residue of flours on the other. All right, so let me go ahead and get my ingredients out for what I'm gonna make because, like I said, I want my cinnamon bread, which I can engorge really fast. Um, I use the recipes on ChatGPT to help me create it. I asked ChatGPT for instructions and such. I've been using it since last year. I just fell off the bandwagon of baking. So now I'm back on, especially with this my best friend. I'll be baking maybe twice a week at least. Yeah, yeah. Depends on how much they consume. So hopefully we'll all be consuming pretty rapidly. Just taking this out to get my ingredients. So I know I want honey. I need salt. Some of my ingredients I have on the side because I cook with them pretty often. I need sugar. Some things I'll just throw in to throw in. I should have actually soaked out my raisins it suggested so I can have, I guess, more flavor from my raisins. But we gonna have fun anyway. Sweet cinnamon, fridge, vanilla extract. Put some of that in the last one. Butter, Raisin, and honey for sure. Raisins. This is just what I can remember for last time you doing it. So hopefully I still got the right stuff going on. Then I need to put the oven 375. Okay. Feel like oil. So I'm gonna make cornbread, corn muffins actually, not bread. Just don't eat corn muffins. Don't want to make too much. However, I can chop up things and put them in the freezer. Let me bring up exactly what it said. How long they can last. I don't want to leave anything on my counter because I live in the state of Florida, so they can mildew pretty quickly, which is what store stuff does. So obviously, if I'm creating my own stuff, it's going to probably do that quicker in house. That kind of scared me a little bit. All right, let's see. So on the counter, it depends between 2 to 4 days in room temperature, but of course, keep checking. In the fridge, up to 7 days, but of course, the texture may feel a little different. Best would be to warm it up before eating for like 10 to 15 seconds. Of course, with the damp towel around it to go ahead and keep in that moisture. Can freeze for up to 2 to 3 months, and it would be best suggested to go ahead and slice up the amount per serving so that when it's frozen, of course, you're defrosting and you're not having to worry about defrosting the entire thing and then you can't really, it wouldn't be wise to refreeze. I don't use eggs, I don't do dairy. My sister's allergic to dairy. Even when I get my eggs, I'm not necessarily gonna want to put it in my batter unless it's for eggs. Which at the same time, then I'll probably try to use more fruits anyway because I know it would be healthier and that'll be my way of sneaking in some extra bites in my food because my kids can, of course, use some more of that. And looking here, my phone is going off. So, just making sure I have what I want for my ingredients for cinnamon, raisin. Oh, yeah. Thing I need is flour and yeast. I'm being so slow. I can use sugar or honey. I do both. I have my sugar and honey, cinnamon, salt. So I thought butter and or oil. Might do a little of both. This is slightly empty. These are not cheap. So yummy. Um, Warm water. I'll go ahead and boil my water from now. And raisin. Doesn't say anything about vanilla extract, but I like my flavor to taste like cake. AKA meaning we're gonna be eating a pie. And then I also am starting my garden. This one, they're never new, but there is a gardener's or farmer's almanac. New one's doing away with. I've seen on social media. Old one is still available. I'm going to be really going into that and using that resource. I think I'm going to save. I just use my oil instead of my butter. We'll see what it tastes like when I just use oil. That's not everything. So then I'm just gonna add this. So these are the ingredients that I will be utilizing. This is my sugar. So sweeteners, well, technically, to me, flavor. All right, and I need the flour and cups. That means I can start making um whatchamacallit too. It'd be nice. My kids and I are love our beef patties. I like my veggie patties. My sister likes spinach patties. So it looks like I'll be getting, of course, I dropped my spoon. Getting right on back into some of my favorite foods. Saving some cash, eating healthier. Lord knows my body needs it. I need to lose weight. To some, I don't look like it, but for me, I know I'm weighty. This needs to go down, not have it. And then all this, I can feel it. But thank you to the Amazon for all that. It's holding me in. If anybody ever asks, I'm more than happy to share that link. That's a breakout. That is not my primary thought process. All right, so I know I need my flour. I'm gonna start. Next thing that I not a need, going to be a need because I want to get healthier is eating and locating a mill grinder or dry vitamin machine at a decent price, low price, obviously. I'm still just trying to be very conservative on some things. Um, let me use a lemon on here. So I need something to, when I get the grain from the farm, grind out the flour. So then really soon, I'm praying I won't be going to the store anymore to purchase any of my ingredients because I'll be dealing directly with the farms in our communities. So I know from last night when making, I'm getting 3 scoops and putting it into my mixer first, and I'm having a 4 scoop set aside for when I'm adding in. That's where I was getting really messy. Um, so trying my best to find other alternatives to not be as messy as I was. And we will see how well I did. It's very funny how like not busy and then also my phone is very busy. I go to do something now, everything's all right. So that's my flour for later. If I need more, I'll do second segment. Okay. So what we're doing is adding all of our dry mixes in first. I only do this to try to keep myself from making a mess in my areas. Um, let's see. So, because I don't remember for this particular amount. So I have my flour mixture. I also like to have so what I utilize, I need a teaspoon, 1/4 cup. Most of these I got at Dollar Tree. Some of them I got when I bought certain products. As far as cups, I need a teaspoon, tablespoon, tablespoon. This tablespoon. This is teaspoon. Um, 1/4 teaspoon. Now, technically, yeah, I could just do the 1/4, but the amount that I need, I don't feel like doing that. So we're doing that. And then I need half a cup and a 1/4 cup. So I'll just use the 1/4 cup and then do it 2 times. I'll make my half. So I don't have to utilize all of my measuring items once. The wet items will go in later. I need a secondary cup for my wet items that is being utilized. Um, First, I'm going with a spout. Or I don't see myself doing. Oh, it's gonna have oil in it. Okay, it's gonna annoy me. Nope, I'll just do it that way. We'll see how it turns out when I'm doing this way today. Okay, let's see. I got the flour in. What else is the dry ingredients I need to put in here? Sugar, 1/4 cup sugar or honey. So decent measurement of my sugar. I'll try to remember once I'm done. Been very busy lately, so go ahead and update all it. I'm gonna need it for the to do the raisins, so I'll leave that for now. And then just like honey. A lot of purposes for each of these things. And I know there's some health benefits of having honey. I have honey from Greece. I've only used it a few times, like literally only opened it once this far. And it tastes so sweet. It's natural. It's straight in Pikirni, Greece. Oh my goodness. Um, this is Greece honey. Grecian Pikirni, Greece homemade honey. I'm obsessed. I need to enjoy my honey at some point. Once it's finished, I'm getting back to Greece. The idea is next year, and then come back with a suitcase full of all my foods. All right. So, oh, I didn't take out the yeast. I need yeast. Unless I want to be making flat bread, which is very feasible, but I do not plan on fasting right now. So, let's see. Teaspoon. And oh, I wasn't supposed to put the honey in yet. Whoopsie daisy. Well, one of those pouring liters. All dry material until I put in wet. All right, so that's in. Sugar's in, honey's in, salt. Teaspoon of salt. And that was before um amount 1 packet of instant yeast, or what I did was the bottle here. It was 2 teaspoons and 1/4. So that's done. Salt's done. Let's see. What's next? Cinnamon. It says 1 teaspoon. Yeah, I'm a crazy person. My sister will not be coming for my stuff. Yeah, that's definitely more than teaspoons. I like the taste of mine. Cinnamon. We'll add more in anyway later. Oh, because I could do cinnamon rolls still. Some raisin rolls. I'm gonna do that. That's when I'm gonna need my butter. Um, Oil, water, we'll do that. Raisins get added in the end. So as of right now, that would mean stir this, and it's supposed to be dry material. Stirring in, but we got some wet in there. This is what it is. Um, yeah, and it's gonna be not wrong. A cup of warm water or milk, but I'm telling water really doesn't have to be this hot. It wasn't supposed to be this hot. However, I'd be doing this one. Raisin, and then the oil amount is smelling good already. Turn it up to medium. Two tablespoons. Tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. Oil is done. Lemon pieces are in. Smelling really good. I'm gonna go ahead and not measuring. Just adding it in. Give it some flavor, additional flavor. Sugar. All right, so that's being done. Let's see. Turn it up a little bit more. Then I need to start adding in some flour so it doesn't stick on the sides. Um, Mixer, let mix for 5 minutes. Add flour, salt, cinnamon, oil, mix on low, combine, medium for 5 to 7 minutes. Add in raisins and mix briefly. Uh, yes. That's it. Made it better. This is for the purpose of it's supposed to be sticky inside, and then you want it to come off the wall and clump together to make the dough. Like that. Last time I was trying that, I was really Adding some more water to this thing, 'cause I don't see it doing what it did last night yet. The sense to add some water. It looks way too easy. The whole purpose is trying to get it to get sticky. Plastic like get to it. So this is a little bit on the dry side. Starting to look like it's gonna be done now. Time. Seems like now kind of so at some point it becomes a nice ball. This machine, that's why now it's trying to do it now. Let me see how we can make it. This is nice and hot. I could potentially add some more water. There. It's a little bit tough. I'll add a little bit more water. See how it works. Um, trying to get it to soften out. Now, so I probably not. Don't want to stick to the wall. Now it's some sticky like. So we get now it's actually stuck on the as we come back in the lid, just put enough so it gets around. Anybody's baker, hit me up and give me some more insight. That'd be great. I am trying. Wrong direction. Okay, so this one's not falling off the meter. It was last night. But you to not speak to us. Very. Let me see. Can we? Sorry for that. My thing says goodbye. 3 minutes. Not be cutting anyway because it's takes about for this ride. You get a full. Oh, yay! That's how it's supposed to look. Like come falling off the dough. Yeah, in here doesn't look like there's a lot of product left over, which is perfect. That's how it looked last night. And then this is my nice little doughy dough. I'm gonna put it in here. Nice little oiled pan. Leave it to rise. Dark corner. Enjoy itself. And this is how the pan is supposed to look. Pretty much looks just about clean. Just about. So, and that is step one. So I'm gonna pause here. We'll actually end and then probably start another one and link it later. Because of course I'm still learning how to really utilize this whole thing. But at least now I have what's enough for 2 loaves. And or I can make more. Depends on what I'm trying to create. So I can show you what I made last night and how this amount of batter created. So bear with me a second because they're in the fridge. They've already been eaten. So. So I made garlic bread where you can just rip it apart. And you can tell we already tasted small bit of it and ripped it out. Used this pan to put it in silicone. Then did fill this for garlic knots, which actually I'm going to use that to do my cinnamon rolls. Yeah, yep. Cinnamon rolls and 1 loaf. So I don't even need the second one. We have 1 loaf and a cinnamon roll. It's a good thing that I'm doing this. And then I have 2 of these loaves, some handmade 2 loaf breads. So which one you go ahead and cut these so that they're sliced in the bag. This is done. This is easier of the part. You should be able to be eaten. I'll cut these up. These are just garlic knots, literally. Pull them apart and eat. So like that. And similar, my cinnamon rolls will look kind of like this too. Um, amazing. So yeah, it's just time at this point. If we're what you pay for a loaf of bread or anything else you're looking for, buy all the ingredients you can make a multitude. Enjoy.